Guys, Mkhwanazi, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, or Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, KZN Provincial Commissioner, is being blamed for killing criminals, and the others are saying Mkhwanazi and his team, what they are doing is that they are depriving people justice for by killing those criminals. And I'm sitting here, I'm saying to myself, I'm wondering in which incident where people have really gotten justice to an extent that just by the mere fact that the criminal went to court, suddenly it was justice. I don't remember that. I'll give an example about it. We have just witnessed the case of Jocelyn Smith. In that case, up until today, we don't know what happened. We need closure. I need closure. You need closure. Everybody needs closure. But just because the criminal went to court, just because they were found guilty, doesn't necessarily mean today we know where Jocelyn Smith is. So to say that Mkhwanazi's team of taking people's life and it deprived people justice, it surprises me, because I'm like, but there are so many cases where criminals get arrested, but we don't get to see justice. But again, it's not what I say, it is what was written by Eyewitness News in an article that was written by Umalaika Malati. They are saying Mkhwanazi, they are saying Mkhwanazi's war on criminal in KZN may win public approval, but at what cost to our constitutional democracy? Just the heading alone says a lot. They are saying Mkhwanazi's war on criminals in KZN may win public approval, but at what cost to our constitutional democracy? Right? Today we clap because it was a murderer who got killed by the police. But tomorrow, emboldened and unaccountable, some police will be killing innocent people, political opponent, activists, and marginalized communities. So that's what it is written here. They are saying whatever is happening in the KZN has got a potential of taking a look, or you as an innocent person, there's a potential that you might lose your life. And I'm sitting and I'm saying to myself, hey, I don't know if I agree with this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this. But once you say to me, you're depriving people justice by the mere fact that you are not, you know what I'm saying, by the mere fact that these people are not held accountable before dying. I don't know. But there's more that I want to give you, provided you are interested. If you are, please do this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, so they start by saying main suspect in Olerato Mongala's murder dies in a shootout with police. These were the headlines that South Africans woke up to the morning of the 30th of May 2025. Just over a week earlier, Mongale had been killed after being picked up for a date by a man she knows as John. Her body was dumped on a street at Lombard near Alexandra in the Gauteng province. Mongale's murder shook South Africa. Here was a young woman, postgraduate student at Wits, whose only crime on the day was to go on a date with a man she was trying to get to know. Within 2 hours of being picked up outside her complex, she was fighting for her life, fought that she lost, but whose viciousness will be evident in the state of the deceased body. Mongale fought until her fingernails stripped or napped off. One can only imagine the horror that she went through in the final moment of her life in the hands of Philangenkosi Makhanya and Bongani Mtimkhulu, men who just few weeks prior were granted bail after court appearance following their arrest in Brakpan, Gauteng for kidnapping and robbing a woman. It will appear like their target was females. But Gates, for obvious reason, that they knew that they will be able to overpower them. So it makes sense that they will target them from that perspective, though, right? Not that I said it's right. I said it makes sense when you look at it from that perspective. But there's a part in this article that I kind of feel like, I don't think I agree with this. For many South Africans, the killing of Makhanya, the main suspect in Mongale's murder, was justice. He was fatally shot by KwaZulu-Natal police while hiding at the residential complex in Amanzimtoti, formerly known as Amanzimtoti coastal town just south of eThekwini, Durban. According to KZN police, following an extensive investigation, they were alerted to the hiding place of the murderer, and when police announced their arrival, he shot at them. Police returned fire, and he was fatally wounded. Speaking at the scene of the shooting, the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal Police, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, said the suspect was found with 10 of identity documents and 20 cell phones in his possessions. These are now subject of investigation and no doubt belongs to women who suffered robberies and possibly worse in the man's hands. We're still going somewhere. You will see where he's saying this. Now, this is where it gets trickier when he says, at face value, Makhanya's killing was just a response to Mongale's brutal and senseless murder. But scratch beneath the surface and clear the pattern begins to emerge. Over the past few months, new criminals dying in shootout with KZN police have dominated the headlines. Not a week passes by that we do not read about suspect dying in violent confrontation with the police. Curiously, the story is almost exactly the same. Suspect fired at police as soon as they announce their arrival and they return fire. Suspect dies in a hail of police bullets, and more often than not, no police officer is wounded or killed. That's not true. That's not true. We know Mkhwanazi was reading stats of police who died between shootout with police. I think, I'm not going to make this video long, but go and watch the video where Mkhwanazi was, if you're looking at that video, I wrote, do it at your own risk, police will kill you. You'll find the information there. Once or twice may be understandable, but the rate in which is happening in KZN begs the question on whether or not we are witnessing extrajudicial killings in province that one has the highest rate of crime in South Africa. Extrajudicial killings, extrajudicial executions happen when someone in official opposition deliberately kills a person without a legal process. In most part of the world, particularly in conflict zones such as Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Nigeria, Syria, Sudan, across Latin America, etc. Such killings are usually carried out by militias, death squad, other than non-state actors. In these regions, extrajudicial killings often target political opponent, activists, and marginalized groups. This is what makes the KZN police unique, that those killed are not political opponent or activists, but criminals. Usually, the hardened, who have caused region of terror in communities. It's reading this article, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting a sense that what they are basically saying is that Mkhwanazi is John Wick in Pretoria. In Pretoria, there was a man who goes around deal with other people, and I forgot whether he was dealing with the cruel people in our community, but there was that man who was going around dealing with those people. So when you're looking at this article, it paints almost a similar narrative that it looks like Mkhwanazi and his team, they are like, we are tired of taking people to court and people getting out of court, so let's rather sort this by simply, we will simply arrest you, and we will simply deal with you, kill you, and then there's no court. That is what the article so far is painting. But let's continue reading. It says, this is why, unlike in mentioned conflict zones where the killings are viewed as unjust and violation of human rights, in South Africa they are celebrated by millions of people. The reality of the situation is that crime has torn our country asunder. South Africa is one of the most violent places on earth and consistently ranked amongst the most dangerous countries in the world for crime. Consequently, frequently appearing in the top 5 or top 10 of various list. Gender-based violence, especially high in the country. Consider the recent table crime statistics on the fourth quarter of the 2024-2025 financial year, covering the period from the 1st January 2025 to 31st of March. During this quarter, sexual offenses, including rape and contact sexual offenses, along with commercial crime, have shown an increase. There were 13,452 sexual offenses with 10,688, these being rape. Okay. Hey, the article is a bit long. I never thought it was gonna be long. I was gonna read until this time. So, but again, here's the point that this person is trying to make. Look, the point that this person was making, or the author of this article was making, because it's a very long article. I never thought. Eyewitness news, by the way, they are not used to writing so much article. But again, what they are basically saying when you read this article is that, what they are basically saying is that it could be that what Abu Mkhwanazi they are doing, they are depriving people, they are depriving justice to the victims who deserve to know what happened through court processes. As you might hear, that the complaint is that people get killed before appearing in court. I strongly disagree with the notion, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree with this. I disagree with this because let's give an example about the guy who killed most sexual workers around Joburg. Following the story, I don't remember, not at once, where Bongani gave closure. Ubafana, not Bongani, Bafana, yeah. Not at once do I remember him giving closure to the victims and the families of the victims. So just because one is taken through the legal process doesn't translate into justice. That's at least from where I'm seated, as they are writing it. So they are blaming Mkhwanazi's team to say, when you are depriving us justice, I fully disagree with the author of the article. I fully disagree. It's very rare, if you have really noticed that, it's very rare where a criminal will simply admit. A person that admitted, I know one recently. There was that guy, I think it's from Northwest, who raped a child because the child was crying and said, okay, I'm going to give you a reason to cry about. And then, you know what I'm saying, violated the child. The child, I think, was less than a year old. The child died. That guy admitted and confessed on his crime. That's the only time.